Alright, welcome back, Dungeon Dwellers, some more Legend of Keepers where we are filthy rich. It's gonna be a great episode here. We are gonna be training some monsters and spending all of our gold. So we gotta, as always, I have mentioned this before, but it's really important to know that when you want to train, you can only train the employees that are in rooms. So we want to make sure that we switch over the units that we want to train, at least for this one event. And what are we going for? This succubus is already level 3, which is pretty amazing. Is there anyone over here that I'm not keen on upgrading? It would be like the Dark Makers here is specifically for morale builds, so not that interesting. I think I want to get the succubus over here. Then you are a demon. Do we have a creature? The Yeti is a creature, so I'm not super keen on upgrading you. Then maybe the smaller succubus for full-on succubus build. Still hoping to get the item for demons at some point, and then I want to get you over here as well. This Dark Skeleton Makers is a decent enough unit, but we already have one of them. We don't want to upgrade 2 of them, I think. There's also, of course, some combos with skeletons, and those are decent. So maybe we'll see some of them down the line. We have some skeletons going. Yeah, I think this is how we are going to be doing it. So let's click the trainer, and here we are. We want to, of course, upgrade our elite unit here, our Infernal Guardian. This is a no-brainer. And then then what? What of the Earth Elemental? I've never seen this one in effect. It's got a passive, applies poison 2 to all heroes when the Earth Elemental is defeated. See, this kind of passive is amazing, because even if you end up in a situation where you can't get an action in with your unit, or you get stun locked or whatever, this thing will still damage your opponents. So in the worst case scenario, this will always do something, and that's why I like that kind of thing. I think that is a pretty decent upgrade, and it'll probably still combo with the Imbued Catalyst, which I'm keen on going for that if we can get. I know I have had options to go for it, but the Magic Purse is a no-brainer, so much better, because we can upgrade more monsters. You can always spend your gold. You can never have too much gold in this game. You can always spend that gold. Because when you do a training like this, look at how much gold we could spend. You can't even upgrade all of these guys. It's not possible. So we will have a look at what we should try to get here. Kathy here is a versatile creature, so I'm gonna upgrade you. And we want to spend and spend and spend. Probably spend as much as we can here. I think I'm gonna go for the Ice Elemental too, since that's within our current combo. And then we are running out of coin, but we could get the Succubus here upgraded. Or we can go with the Ice guy. Not that interesting. 1 Skeleton Makers for applying burn to a frontliner. It makes it more versatile in that regard, which is quite nice. But I really like the Succubi, so I'm gonna go for her. And on we go. Then we have either the Siege or the event. The Siege is purely a positive event, and therefore we should probably click it. But it wants, what it does is it will take some of our traps away from us for a while, and we only have 4 traps. We haven't been getting many traps. I think we lost one at some point. We must have. I'm sure we must have started with more than 3 traps, because we got the mortar pretty early. We've been unlucky with the mortar because of almost every encounter we have someone with high fire resistance in the back, so we haven't actually been able to use it yet. I think we used it like once. Hopefully, when it's good, it's gonna be great. But just not yet, apparently. Then Siege, it'll give us gold, which is perfect. Yeah, we want a little bit of gold for the next event line. So what they want to do here is they want to rent our traps out for a siege somewhere else. And the better the traps, the better, the more money we get, and the more traps, the more money we get. I think I want to go for the big one. These are both two good traps, especially the Cursed Prism. 400 gold is not to be scoffed at, and 159 is not really enough to make me, even though the mortars are probably our least used trap, we can use it in lacking better stuff. Now we can train again, but I'm not really interested. I want to go for the workout here for sure and see what we can get done. Alright, we have to choose. We can only do one thing. We'll go for the weights. The power. Power is so important to get on your hero. So we'll go for that. And 3 regeneration, it's almost nothing anyway, so it's fine. That was a poor workout, but whatever. Now we get a chance at another workout, or the therapist. This time, the therapist won't. Well, okay, we can get these two to full motivation, and this guy to full motivation, also you. So that's actually not nothing. It would cost money, or we do an event. We are about to go into veterans. If it had been a champion, I would have gone for the therapist to try to maximize our combo with the artifact, but here, since I'm pretty sure we can beat these veterans anyway, I'm just going to go for the event and roll the dice. And we get a random artifact. Not a good one, but this allows us, this is one of the things that can enable morale build. It has a 30% chance of affecting all heroes with Demoralized 3 at the start of the dungeon. Demoralized being one of those penalties that if you stack more onto it, it does more. So with 3 stacks it does 15, then at 1 stack after 1 turn, with 2 turns remaining, it'll do 10 and then 5, and so, and if you can build up more, it go 20 and 25 and so on and so forth. So if you can do a proper morale build, you can really stack up demoralized a lot and then do a good one. I mean, of course we'll take it since it's free, but it probably won't swing my decision towards more morale building. I doubt it, because we can't rely on it. It's only 30% chance per hero, though. So it's like one hero will have demoralized 3 at the start of the dungeon. Not really that big of a deal. So now we gotta build for the fight. And I'm thinking that I'm gonna take Malphas out, because I want him to be online at full speed for the next dungeon. I have a feeling like the next thing will probably be a champion fight. It's been a while now, so let's have him ready for the next one. And so with him out of the picture, we're gonna be, and I'm doing ice combo. We could do ice again. Do it like this. We have the full ice on here, and we have plenty of fire for a good fire build at the front. Then we have bleed build here, and Calthy can help with bleed as well, so we've got full bleed build as well. Then we can do some more air if we wanted, and we also have nature and you and nature in Calthy, so we could do a nature build instead with Triant. I think I'm going to do that. That combos quite nicely with the earth elemental effects. I'm going to switch them around. And then we have ice in the back, and also a nature build here if we wanted, and also a little bit of fire. This is actually a pretty nice setup as it is. Yeah. Okay. We could switch the fire elemental out if we feel confident with a skeleton magus, so he is also ready for the next dungeon. I think we have enough versatility here to justify that. And getting him online seems like a good plan. This item here down the troll bear is actually really good. There's no ifs and buts. We know exactly what it does. like an ending, but it will always do the thing if we set it up. Like not unlike the catalyst has a chance of doing something, and the demonic pendant has a chance of doing something. This one we will know for a fact whether or not we activate it 100%. 15% extra damage is not nothing. So getting that set up, like we could switch out the skeleton soldier. It won't go to full anyway. You know what? I'm gonna if he dies or gets knocked out, I should say, during the dungeon, then he gets knocked out for 10 weeks, but then he comes back at full motivation, and so I think that's the better way to do with him, because he's so low right now. Then we could still switch someone else out in order to get them rested up. I think I'd like it as is, though I'm not sure. I think it would also be nice to rest up our ice combo. But no, let's just dive into it as is, and we will go. We had the ice trap still available, and we have ice combo, so we're going to the ice cave. Confirm. Alright, and what do we have? We have a berserker with physical damage to the front and raise, and he cannot be demoralized, so already we are probably looking at not a morale build again. The thing is, he's pretty low in morale, but we would need to deal pure morale damage and not through the morale demoralized penalty, which is usually the easiest way to stack on morale. Like, look at the fire makers here, skeleton makers. His primary morale damage comes from demoralizing people. Same with the gargoyle. Yeah. No. Okay, so we've got an ice wizard. That's the first time we see this one in this run. He does area ice damage and slows us, which is also important. And he shuffles all my guys around in the first fight. He's immune to master spells. Those are the ones that we cast here, so worth noting. Then we've got a tracker with fire damage dealt to the backliner, dodges the effects of the first trap, and initial duration of penalties received are decreased by 1 turn. Okay. So we can do fire combo, but they're pretty strong against it, except the one in the middle here. Then we had nature combo, which seems like a pretty decent idea. If we do the succubus, we can hit the frontliner. It would bounce to the midliner here, but since he's got negative more armor, it won't bounce any further or ricochet any further than that. So nature is viable. We can do nature to you would be pretty decent. So nature, and nature seems like a decent way to go. Or we can go with this. The problem with the skeleton is that the frontliner has really high armor, so his main attack won't do a lot of damage. We could go with bleeding and apply more bleeding with the gargoyle and then boost it even further with Calthy. But I don't think that's the way to go. I think I will put in the earth elemental. Let's see. You get fire damage to the back. We've got area ice and then front armor or physical damage. Okay, so we want high physical damage at the front actually, and that is the skeleton, if anyone. But the earth elemental also does it quite well. But the skeleton might be better here, because most of the damage will be dealt in the back line compared to the front line. That's tricky. And we did want the skeleton to be knocked out, so I think we're gonna apply you, even though you don't do all that much damage, it's fine. Then I want Calthy, or someone with high fire resistance in the back. They are ice weak though, and so is the earth elemental. So someone with decent ice damage or resistance in the middle would be best. No, you're going in the back, right? They have the exact same fire resistance and health, these two. The burn is really nice. We could use both of them, and it wouldn't be half bad. He gives enraged to everyone at the start of the fight as well. Why would I use the Earth Elemental? For the nature damage to the frontliner, which gives tiredness, and that could be important. Got really good physical damage resistance here, but he does apply broken armor, so he will gradually wear down the skeleton, and not gradually, pretty quickly. Tricky one. Like, this is a pretty decent build up. It will... the problem with Kelpie here is that you rely on having the opponents having many stacks of things to boost his damage, and they don't really... we won't be able to apply that with these two. So then the Succubus seems better. Yeah. It's kind of interesting. I think throughout this specific playthrough, we've never seen a healer in the enemy team, and usually those are the ones that cause me the biggest grief when the opponent has like the big heals and passive healing and stuff like that. So we've been very lucky with that, and still not present even now. So that's honestly super lucky. I think this is the thing I'm going for. I am so not certain. I'm so uncertain. This is nice because he's got high armor, so once the Berserker chews through the skeleton, then at least the Elemental can stand against the Berserker for a little while. The fire damage to the back, and then with the ice comboed in, the Succubus will die relatively quickly, but of course it'll be protected by the skeleton soldier, so it works out. I think this is the best we can do. That was a toughie to organize. You got fire damage or resistance in the back. Of course, we can't ever get good use out of the mortar, but we have to use it in this scenario. No other choice. Then ice here for sure. Oh wait, we've got to do it the other way around. We've got to do it the other way around because she dodges the effects of the first trap. So if I have the mortar only attack the back line, then she will not be hit by it at all. Silly. So we gotta do it like this, which means less ice weakness for this combat here, but maybe we're not even going for ice. Low ice, high ice, low ice. Actually, we are going for ice then. Seems too good to not do it. And so, are we just doing this the exact same? Or we shouldn't use ice on the backliner. So like this, probably. Do you have ice resistance? Oh, you do. And fire resistance for the satyr here. That's not half bad. And all... Oh, this one says specifically all demons in the group. I didn't realize that. I thought it was everyone. I didn't read that close enough. So it only boosts other demons, the satyr. I see. Which means himself. But then only himself in this case, if I put him in instead of the Succubus. But he can spread the penalties around, which is super nice. So like this is a viable thing. I'm not sure this is good though. He's got high ice resistance, which is also really nice, and he helps everyone get higher resistances, which won't help the ice elemental, but he's got good armor anyway. I feel like this is a good solution, but we will, of course, we are lowering ice resistance on all of them, and so you would think that the ice skeleton, for example, is significantly better here. Yeah, I think that's so much better because of the lowered ice resistance on the front. And so we can kill the barbarian or the berserker pretty quickly. And then we get to the... Oh, but then we have a problem with the Ice Wizard with high ice resistance. But then, of course, the Succubus is able to help deal damage to him. I think this is the best we'll get. It's pretty decent. And we have full health on our master, so we will win this dungeon here. It's fine. Oh, I forgot he's... shuffles my guys. I always forget about that one. That's so bad. We're gonna... This completely destroys my setup here. Wow. That was a mistake. Uh-oh. Yeah, we are just gonna get completely wrecked here. We will apply the bleed. Okay, and you are not weak to fire, but she does 71 right now, and you have 30, but then lowered ice resistance, so you don't get a second turn here. We need to just do whatever we can, deal some damage. Which is, he does the most damage to the back, but I need to get rid of this Berserker before anything else, so we will be damaging the Berserker. Oh, does he get an extra action? Yes, he does. Okay, so we can apply more bleed, which stacks up to even more damage, and then we are dead. Okay, that was a horrible, horrible encounter because of the shuffle that I didn't predict. Or didn't remember. Okay, of course, doing this one, there's no other choice. Okay, we get ice resist or weakness on everyone except the backliner. And you are immune to the master spell, which is super annoying. We can do the flamboyant lightning in the back, which does not help us here. Now we will do the magical brambles as always, applying an elemental weakness. And the mortar hits the backliner, which is decent. Yeah, we want to really try to kill the Berserker quickly, but that's gonna solve itself, I think. Here, looks good. I think we might get them here. Will he get an action? Yes, because we get slowed by the Ice Wizard here. The question is, could I prevent the Berserker from getting his action if I did the infection, or the fire damage? Let me do the math. He's got 82. He takes 5% of his maximum life as ice damage per turn, modified by almost 100% extra. So that's almost 10%. 60, almost 60. I think if we do the fire, that's probably the most damaging one we can do. This one does 25, then 15, which is a total of 40. And that's more. But it's not modified by as much. So 38 modified by 85, or 40 modified by 25. No. Then we do the fire. It also does more damage to the midliner here, or mid-central. And he did die. Perfect. Could not have been better. Oh, are we not winning here? I thought we would, but this guy, of course, is super tanky against my stuff. We can apply Ice Weakness again. Not that it matters, I don't think that was the right play. No, we might kill him here. Yeah, we do. Nice. Unfortunately, then it's the Fire Lady that remains, and she is good against my Ice Elemental here. Of course, my Ice Elemental is also good against her. Okay, so we end up having to fight her alone, and we just one-shot her. But we lost motivation on all of our creatures, which is bad enough. Okay, and we can upgrade an ability, and it's so easy because we have not done anything other than the magical brambles throughout this entire run, and so of course we will be boosting that one even further, making it better than it already is. Was that 2 invasions already? I don't know, but I don't want to stop playing. I want to play one more invasion. We can do that, so it's fine. Keep going. We're not going to the trainer or the engineer right now. Well, we will get money here, but we could do a seminar instead. Seminars and Sanctuary are both really, really interesting events. So maybe we do that instead of the plunder. I don't want to go to trainer or engineer when we only have 500 gold. Event is better. An employee has spilled a burning hot drink on you in front of the bloody in front of the blood fay machine. Puck my life. 41 damage taken. That's nothing. We will heal that right quick. Okay. And we get veterans and veterans again, so not a big deal. Seminar, I don't remember what Seminar does. Sanctuary, though, is really good. And so we should go to the Sanctuary for this one. Let me make sure we have, just in case it matters, have our good guys up front here. I don't remember. I don't think that does anything for the Sanctuary, but you never know. So, ceremony as gloomy as it should. Just make sure the adventurer's life, just make this so what you do here is that you do like an overall debuff or penalty or something to all heroes in the next coming dungeons. And we only have enough resources for one of them, so we will be giving for the next 30 weeks, which is a really long time, which means probably the next champion fight as well as that'll be at week 52, right? So we do get that. Then that in the next 30 weeks, all heroes start every dungeon with 3 stacks of poison damage, which is 15, 10, and then 5 poison damage. So that's 30 poison damage at the start of the dungeon, modified by their resistances, and if we can stack it up even higher, it becomes better. And we can. So that's really nice. Now we get the choice of a black market or an event. We could go for the black market, because we do have, and I said we can never have too many monsters, and this is part of the reason why. Because now we can sell a monster, and usually we make a profit off of that when we've gotten them pretty cheap. So we will end up selling a monster here. You can only sell monsters in garrison that are no longer useful to you. So in fact, I hate that I have to do this, but I kind of feel... can the garrison be filled up, I wonder? No, we can get more. So there's no reason to not have them all out here in the garrison, so we have as many choices as possible. Can I like... yeah, like that. Okay. Just right-clicking it. Okay, black market then we get a choice. And they are worth a little bit less if they are unavailable at the time. I was gonna go for a skeleton makers. It's not that profitable. I thought since we had the magic burst it would be extremely profitable. Maybe we go for the dark makers. The skeleton makers, we have 2 of them. I'll sell you. We can sell more than 1? Yeah. Maybe we sell both of them. We have plenty of fire combo going. And we can definitely use the gold. We're not doing skeleton combo. Yeah. And we didn't really need them. Okay. I'm inclined to once again let Malphas stay out of it so that he gets to full motivation for the champion fight that will be upcoming. So, can we do ice combo? No. What week are we in? Week 47. You're kidding me. So it's 5 weeks away until the boss fight. Or the champion fight. And that means we won't have the ice skeleton ready for that. That kind of sucks. So, what are we doing here? Healthy. Rock hard. Rock hard. Not rock hard. Okay. Don't dwell on it. And the... you... So we are in a situation here where I don't want to use, well, any of our guys. Which is not ideal, of course. We do have to put some out. So... I'm gonna do a nature... oriented combo here specifically. And oh, we lost our nature trap. That's too bad. We are about to go into the dungeon. Yes, we are. Too bad. if we had the nature trap, we could double down on the whole poison thing. We can already do that. We can do poison here, we can do poison with the succubus, and we can spread poison around with the satyr, so we can do a full-on poison stuff. Right now, Kathy can help spread poison, and it might even be worth bringing her up here, but no. We still need to put in more people here to get us a fighting chance. Put in the Dark Magus. Is this enough? Can I get away with going this bare bones? We might as well put in the Fire Elemental for having it, but then we can choose not to use it, of course. Everyone else I would want them to rest up, so that they are ready for the champion fight. So this is the long game play. Short game, it's gonna be a tricky invasion, this one, but then if we come out on top, it's gonna be amazing for the next one. Hopefully our master doesn't take too much damage in this little gamble here. So we're not doing ice combo? No, so we're not going to the ice cave. We're gonna do the normal cave here. Aztec ruins. Alright. Wish me luck. I feel like I should move one of our units over here, because the succubus sometimes is really bad. So maybe the Magus comes up here. Yeah, like that. Let's see what this is all about. We've got the Sorceress, who does the air damage to the front. She can replace one penalty of her own with a bonus, and she applies broken armor when attacking, which actually for this one makes a difference, because immediately after her goes the one doing physical damage. He reduces morale losses and applies Enraged, so again, it seems like morale combo doesn't really work for us. We've got a room before, and we're lucky here. Yeah, look at this. We can apply poison damage in the room before, on top of the poison damage we already get at the start of the dungeon, so we are up to 5 stacks. Of course, they'll come in here, it'll be 1 turn, so we go down to 2 poison stacks, but then we added more on, so it's 4 when they come in here. Or we could do the nature weakness here, which is also really tempting. Both of those would be pretty damn good. You've got low nature, and low nature. Oh, it's perfect. For sure. And then fire damage to the back here. Okay, and you've got positive armor, and positive. This is perfect for the succubus. This is amazing. So air damage to the front. We are gonna get smacked around though, hard. But they are pretty slow. The thing is, the Treant wouldn't get a go. It would be murdered. She kills it. Just instant kills it before it even moves. So she would do the same to the Dark Magus, but at least it gets a go. Oh no, not you then. So then Satyr and then Succubus. Because this one shoots fire damage to the back, which the Succubus at least is resistant to, and she's amazing in this fight because she hits everyone and can apply poison 3 to everyone then, and she gets to do it at least twice, if not 3 times in this fight here. It's going to be great. Then the Satyr will also be spreading poison around, and the Dark Magus will open up with Tiredness, which gives us hopefully another round to do all of our combo stuff. This is going to be a really good fight. Then we can do fire damage to the back as always, which sucks. But we'll just do the Icy Breeze, because the mortar won't hit her if we do it here, because this is the first trap, and this one dodges the effect of the first trap. Master spells here, we'll be doing Elemental Weakness, which is also nature damage. And in general just also lowers nature resistances. And then we only have the mortar, so there's no choice. And here, well, Gargoyle up front, because it helps against the Sorcerers, and hopefully we can tank 2 hits. I doubt it though. I'm pretty sure that we tank the Sorcerers, but we will die to the Berserker. Then comes let's see, Kelly, and then you. The fire elemental is significantly more resistant to these two guys' attacks, which makes a difference, so I'm gonna switch them around, even though Kelpie has less fire resistance than the fire elemental. Fire elemental has really good resistances. Yeah. This is gonna be pretty great as well. Low fire resistance, high fire resistance, and high fire resistance, but still good. Yeah, I like this. And I think we will live. It's gonna be a tricky one. So do we apply nature weakness? I think it's the nature weakness gonna do more for us than a little bit of extra poison will. It's gonna be great. So we apply tiredness to all of them, which lowers their damage, so we can stay hopefully in the fight a little bit longer. Then we can spread stacks around. Confusion spreads to everyone, so of course we're doing that. And that includes the tiredness here, which stacks up and becomes stronger, up to a maximum for this one. Lowered by 40% is, or 30, which what it will be. Still pretty damn good. And look at how we're stacking poison on. She got rid of the poison, but here we're doing 40 and 40. And it's modified by the nature resistance, which we've lowered. And so we do confusion again. Well, see, the confusion on the front is kind of interesting here, because we will be spreading the penalties that she's got. But she got rid of the poison, so we won't be spreading poison by doing this on the front. If we do it on the backliner, we will spread her penalties to one other random hero, 2 stacks of it. And then the tracker will shoot, not killing the succubus. Then we go with the succubus, damaging everyone. And then we die. So we only get one more use out of both of them. What to go for then? Spreading more poison around, or what are we spreading here? Not really anything. No, the backline is way better because we get to spread poison around. Even though it's only a little bit, it's still more than we would have done by hitting the front line. And then we spread poison again to everyone. 33 damage taken, 80 poison damage taken there. And they keep taking that damage as they're walking here. So they might not even get to the second room. I mean, they will, but look at how much damage they're taking. We've killed the backliner already, and now they have elemental weakness on top. And now this one will hit the berserker, so he's already dead. So we've only got the frontliner remaining. But he got to do the buff. Unfortunate. But we're hitting the front line here. He's dead to the passives, this guy, so there's no reason to even think about hitting him with anything. And we're just gonna maximize the damage that we've got to the front line. That's all we care about right now. Spontaneous combustion or persecution. Absolutely. Oh, and he lived through it, so we don't even lose anyone in the second room. Perfect. Yeah, that was pretty damn good. We have a chance at a new trap, which is a pretty good trap. It both deals some morale damage, and then it enrages all monsters in the next room. And since you can have monsters dealing morale damage, this is actually a morale trap, but it's versatile. It can be both. This is a really good trap. This is one of the slave holder, the other master that we can play with, starts with this trap, and that's one of the reasons why he's so great. But this one, we can get it here. The enchanted seeds, we're not using it, not for this. We haven't boosted it at all. It's too late to start doing it now. And 136 gold isn't that important at all. So here we have a good chance at a good trap. This is what we're getting, absolutely. And so, that was a nice episode. A good invasion and good dungeon. Nice episode in general. We can see the debuff to the heroes up here. 27 weeks left. This is going really well. So I'm excited for the champion fight in the next episode, and I hope you guys are too. See you then, guys, and bye-bye.